Hey there, Tyler. The forecast is a $24 billion market in 2021. That's a 40% increase year over year, making pot one of the fastest growing U.S. industries, and multi-state operators that have the right to sell medical and recreational cannabis, the only way to invest in those trends. The CEO of Cresco Labs believes this industry is headed for a supercycle.
You're seeing this incredible growth opportunity. That's not just transition from illicit market to legal market. That's trying cannabis for the first time. So what you're going to see here in the coming 12 to 24 months is this convergence.
So what are you getting when you invest in U.S. cannabis? Well, the top U.S. cannabis stocks, they more than doubled the revenues of the top Canadian stocks last quarter. Also, much higher year-over-year growth. The pandemic, it really boosted recreational use. Still, 2/3 of the U.S. market is medical marijuana, although that's projected to hit just about 50-50 within the next few years. Right now, cannabis flower, aka weed or pot, is still the most popular way to use. The president and Senate Majority Leader, they both voiced support for cannabis reform, but COVID is widely seen as the biggest catalyst for more state and even federal legalization.
This kind of tax revenue, this kind of job creation, and this kind of organic economic engine, and we think it's too strong to say no to. There's too many positive externalities that come from this kind of economic velocity. We think this is the great American growth story. This is what it's about, is new industry, new job creation.
Now, if federal legalization happens, U.S. producers, they're expected to have an advantage over Canadian producers because they already have dispensaries and growing licenses in place right here in the United States. But there are questions about valuation in such a new industry. Many analysts say enterprise value to sales, that's the best way to value these companies because so many questions remain about profitability and even the need for CapEx investment going forward.
You know, I see the economic argument. I've asked a couple of executives about this. How do you ensure that with all the regulations there are, that weed does not get into the hands of people who are too young really to handle it?
Well, you know, Tyler, you and I were actually anchoring together when we spoke to the CEO of Green Thumb Industries. He gave you an answer. I'm not speaking for him. I don't know if there's a way to keep cannabis or marijuana, whatever you want to call it, away from young people because they have access to it right now in the illicit market. So I just don't know if legalizing it in any way deters them from accessing the illicit market.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.